So Reggie, on one of our previous segments, you had mentioned that you sent your lawyer sent a letter, and you were looking for your publishing money. I wanted to do a follow up and ask you some of the questions that came up in the comments, and those were so it's going to be a two-part thing. So could you go into more detail about the publishing that you're owed? But the stuff from the comments were, if Snoop doesn't own Death Row, why are you telling him to pay you? And number two, on the letter, it was mentioning just the Tupac stuff that you have ownership in. People were asking about the Daz stuff, if you could go into that as much as you're comfortable with.
Well, yeah. Well, the reason why I say Snoop is because he's supposedly in charge. I never said he didn't have control or a lot of juice. I think that's the term that I use over there with Death Row. He is the front man, and he has some executive power uh, of the company. You know, you have general managers, and I'll put in some layman terms for y'all. The people that actually own the Lakers or own the Chicago Bears or whatever. They're not the ones that's making the decisions about the day-to-day operations about who getting paid and who get cuts. It's the general managers, the CFOs, the COOs, and all of that. No, that's a little bit too deep for a lot of y'all, but the person that's in charge of the company is the ones that usually can make things happen, and they go and suggest to the owner that, hey, this has to be done, or this is why I did this, or whatever. You usually have a threshold that you can be in charge of, or amount that you can pay out without, it coming across the owner's desk. Now you better be able to answer it if they do an audit on you later on. But you can justify stuff like that. That's why I always talk to him directly as far as he can make it happen. He can tell the person that's over that royalty department or whatever to check it into it, investigate it. What the hell is he talking about? Stuff like that. But you know what? I didn't want to show this, and I'm going to go ahead and show this and have John expose it and bring it up. I know it's going to be a lot of work for John, but he asked the question, so we have to do it. Y'all look on the back of the album of all the work that Daz did on Doggy Style, Murder Was the Case, uh, um,
Dog food, dog father.
Dog Food, Dog Father, and All Eyes on Me. They had a company on the back of it called Amani Publishing. Y'all see that? / Ignite Publishing. Y'all see that? Okay. So then we went in. I made a deal with this company called D3 Entertainment in like '98. Took it and got the company and got the albums and stuff like that redigitized and then some of the later songs like the Chronic and stuff like that. After me and Daz did the deal, y'all see he changed the name to another publishing company. So, what was it called, John? Dog Pound Publishing or something?
D. Dillinger.
Oh, D. Dillinger.
Yeah, music.
So, when he changed it to that name, y'all see it says that, and then it says Simon Says Production, or Simon Says Publishing. And y'all see all the current and the old stuff is under with Big Simon or Simon Says. So everything on Amani Publishing was bought out, and that's why he changed his company's name to the new company of Daz Dillinger Productions. That's this Daz. But there's other people. There's other artists. They all know it. From Swoop G to Little C Style, the Realest, everybody all know it. Where then y'all start seeing a name called Big Simon or Simon Says Music Publishing on the back of it. That's when Reggie Wright created a company and did buyouts with all these people, or bought their rights on songs that they had that were coming out, that were new. Now, y'all say, well, why you do that to them and all of that? Well, because these motherfuckers was broke, and they needed some money. And so what I did was gave them money so they could live and take care of their families and do stuff, and bought their rights. Mainly so we wouldn't have to account to them no more with royalties and all of that was the main reason, because nobody knew. I didn't know. I wish I did know. But nobody knew about digital rights coming down and streamings and ringtones on phones and stuff like that. That all came up in 2003, 2004 when this stuff started coming out. If you had sold 1,000 records, after the first year of an album or 2 years of an album, you would be lucky until they had this new thing called streaming and ringtones and stuff. So this is why they were willing to sell their rights. Me, it was mainly just to clean up the publishing so we didn't have to account to them. And more importantly, I knew about sampling and stuff like that. I knew. I had sat back and watched all these people making money off of Smokey Robinson and the Miracles old songs and stuff, like people doing remakes on songs and stuff like that. And so that's the only reason that I did the investment. So that's why these people were willing to sell their rights. As evidence. Y'all see them. Y'all see it. If John posted these things up right, y'all see the different names and how the changeovers and all of that occurred. So for y'all to always say I'm lying and I ain't never wrote nothing, I know I ain't never sat in the studio and wrote. But why y'all don't say that about EMI, Sony Music Publishing, all the white publishing companies and all of that? But then when a black man buying up publishing and stuff like that and doing it, then y'all want to say, well, you ain't never wrote nothing, why you? Man, because I'm smart enough to buy. I didn't force nobody to sell any rights, any of their publishings or anything. They needed money. Gave them an opportunity. One or two, gave them money to take care of their bills right then on something that was an investment. Didn't know if it was going to, some of the people I won on. Some of these motherfuckers ain't made shit up, they ain't sold a record since that was done. So, hey, that's why I say pay me. Why y'all say, well, why you just starting talking like this in 2024? Because Death Row stuff just started getting reworked and resold in 2024. Death Row was in a bankruptcy. Didn't want to get my stuff caught off in the bankruptcy stuff. I was in trouble. Had other worries in my life that I had to go deal with. And they know this. Daz know this. And other artists know this. They all know who did buyouts with them and why. They wasn't complaining then. They wasn't complaining when they ran up the Founders National Bank and cashed that mother check.
Try again in a few seconds.
So, anyway, that's what happened on that. And that's why I'm just like, hey, but now my attorneys done told me to shut up. They're like, Reg, we got it. People responding. Everybody's investigating it. Your tactics worked. So, hopefully y'all be seeing me in a bigger and a better house in a year or two, you haters. Peace.